Scholars, today we're going to learn about the judicial branch, which is the part of the government that interprets the law. This is the Supreme Court. It's a beautiful building in Washington, D.C., very close to the Capitol building. The legislative branch we call Congress. The executive branch is the president and all the people that work for him or her. The judicial branch is the Supreme Court. Their job is to decide whether or not a law violates the Constitution. Now, we know Congress makes the laws, but there are other lawmaking bodies, like states, like cities. Congress doesn't make every law. There are always being laws made throughout the US, and sometimes those laws are violating people's freedom, and so they need to be brought before the Supreme Court. An example of that would be Tinker versus Des Moines Independent School District. In the 1960s, America was fighting in the Vietnam War, and some people wanted America to pull out of the war. And so they would wear these black arm badges to show their opposition. These students wore their black arm bandages to school to voice their opposition to the war. And when they were told to take it off and they refused, they were suspended. They were punished from school. And they said that that violated their free speech, their right to expression. It went before the Supreme Court and the students won. Another example would be another school district versus Jane Doe. This school district was having a local minister give public prayers before football games. And some people said that this violated what they called the Establishment Clause of the Constitution. And they said that, religion and the government are supposed to be separate, and it was a public school. So there's another example. Vernonia School District versus Acton. This is a boy, Acton. His last name was Acton. He wanted to be on the football team. But they said at the school that in order to be on the football team, you had to submit to a drug test, and periodically throughout the football season, you had to be drug tested. He said that violated his right to undue search and seizure. He said, I am innocent until proven guilty. I shouldn't have to do a drug test to be on the football team. There are 9 people on the Supreme Court. The people you're looking at now are the current Supreme Court justices, and they are not elected. They are appointed by the president. So this is a very special privilege that the president gets. But Congress has to approve whoever the president chooses. But it doesn't happen often because they serve for life or until they want to retire. But most Supreme Court justices serve until they're very, very old. You can see a lot of the people here are definitely older. Now, their main power is overturning laws that are unconstitutional, or if the president does something that's unconstitutional, they can overturn his action. Like if he tries to declare war, which he can't do, they can overturn that. This is what you get if you're in the Supreme Court. First of all, you get job security because you really can't be fired. Well, if you break the law, you could be impeached by Congress, but that hardly ever happens. It actually only happened one time in American history. You make a lot of money. $255,000 a year is a lot of money. And you get a lot of vacation time. 3-month-long vacation is very long. Now, they do get checked by the president and by Congress. Congress has the right to impeach the judges if they break the law, and the president is in charge of nominating the members of the Supreme Court. If you want to watch more information, you can watch this video. It's a really good video about the Supreme Court. It's very short. It's less than 2 minutes long. And we're going to play Gimkit today. So practice your Gimkit questions and answers, and hopefully you do really well. Stay safe and keep learning. Bye-bye.